Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. It is February 21st, I believe, 11 o'clock on the East Coast here. I'm coming to you from upstate New York. If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Jamie, and I'm super excited to be sharing an Easter card with you today. I did the math yesterday. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think like Easter is like 39 days away, and spring is like 20 something days away or something like that. Like it's literally around the corner. And I had this set in my hand for a while and I'm like, I got time. There's Easter so far away. And then I was like, oh, wait, it's like really not that far away. I really need to start working on some Easter cards, some spring cards. And I love this set. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, the Excellent Eggs bundle is what I'm featuring this week. And what I love about it is that it has both an Easter sentiment, a spring sentiment, and like a catch-all everyday sentiment, a thinking of you sentiment. So although it has a bunny and it has eggs, and yes, it's made for Easter mostly, and spring cards as well, I really feel like just the general images and whatever can be used for every day. And I'm going to show you one clever way that I used it in just a moment. So good morning, Lori and Terry. Charlene, Beth is here. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so let me do a little swapperoo here. There we go. If you're looking for the bundle I'm using this week, it's on page 27 of our mini catalog. And I love the samples. I will say there is one kind of grouping of the dies that I didn't use at all. And it's the one that you can make like this really cool, like you can make it. Oh, hold on. I switched my camera around. So normally my camera is on the left side of me, but it's on the right. And I have to remember that. So there we go. Okay. So it's this, it can make things like this. It's like these zigzags and the little scallop and the little arch. You can make really fun things with the big egg. And I'm going to show you that in a second. I didn't use it mostly because I only wanted to make 2 Easter cards. I wanted to make a spring card, and then I wanted to make an everyday card. So I only make 4 cards, and unfortunately that one had to get scratched. Good morning, Amy, Carol. Hello, my friend Melissa's here. Good morning, everyone. So again, page 27, if you buy the bundle, you save the 10%. It's super cute, awesome, and amazing. So let me show you what I made with it. This is today's card. It features a brand new embossing folder. I'm really excited to show you that. Good morning, Patricia. I'm so glad you're here this morning with me. Good morning, Maureen. And I'm really excited about that. So that was today's card. We're going to dive into that one just a little deeper. Then I made this one yesterday on my blog. I shared it. And then when I remade it, you know, my dislike, we're going to word it that way, my dislike of the color yellow. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of yellow on the egg. So when I remade it for Instagram, I focused more on the bubble bath. I like this one just a little bit better. When I did my angled cards, my angled pattern paper, I went a little higher with this one. So I needed to shift the like where I had things. So I dropped the eggs a little bit and move the sentiment down below. So a little bit of flexibility depending on how high you go with your pattern paper. You can easily just adjust and make it work. So this was yesterday's cards, plural. Tomorrow, okay, ready? Which one am I doing tomorrow? This one. This one's tomorrow's card. We have a thank you theme challenge. I warned the ladies, I'm like, listen, I'm stretching it and I'm going to make it work because I don't want to sit the challenge out, but my card really isn't a thank you card. It's a thinking of you. Thank you for being a good friend card. I know I'm stretching it just a little bit. But what I wanted to show you is look how I used that one image, but I made it work for like an everyday card. So what I did is I stamped this image, which I think is like my favorite of them all. It's got like this meadow of bunnies, I guess. And then I used a circle die to cut like the lower part of the egg. Now, granted, you still see a little bit of that. I can't remember, my camera's to the right. You still see a little bit of the edge, but that's okay. No one's focusing on that. Did anybody read my newsletter yesterday? No one's focusing on, oh, you still see the line, Jamie. No one's going to say that to me. And I could have gone with a smaller circle, but then it was like pretty it was significantly smaller. So I went with bigger and just showing a little bit of the line. No biggie. No one's going to focus on that. And then it's not a fun fold. It's not on the inside, but you could do that if you wanted. That would have been a cute idea. And then, like I said, I wanted to make one spring card. So I went with this one here, just Hello Spring. It's using that new embossing folder in the mini catalog. This scallop here is, I hope I don't start coughing. I don't know why I have a little tickle this morning. It's using this guy here. It's a pretty small die, but it's really meant for the egg. It's really meant to make a scalloped along the egg. But again, I wanted to make a spring card. So I just cut it out and then shifted it down and cut it again. So it's just a little bit on the longer side. It's about 3 inches and I wanted to make it ever so slightly bigger. And so I just shifted. You could easily do that. And I kept the bunny image. So I felt like the bunny wasn't too Easter. It could just be everyday spring. So we have 2 Easter cards, a thinking of you. That sentiment is in the stamp set. So we have, why am I getting so many? Hold on, I'm going to shut this one off for a second. There we go. Okay, so you have a thinking of you, the happy Easter, hello spring. I didn't use it, but there's no bunny like you. We could have totally used that. Well, either of them really. And then 2 big Easter images. It is a red rubber cling stamp. Thank you so much. I just love that bunny image so much. And I wanted to use it in a non-traditional way. So that was my idea. So in the dies, you get 3 different sized eggs. Okay. The smallest one cuts out this guy. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Why is it I do my live and my nose is like, I think it's a good time to start running. So the small egg cuts out this egg here. The medium egg cuts out this one. And then the large, beautiful, chunky egg is the one that you could use like the scallop with, or you could do the zigzag. See how you could kind of really build your egg however you wanted it. And then there's also this curved one. And you can mix and match and use them all over however you want and really get super duper creative with that. Basically making something like this, right? This is the die that we're going to use today. So you could make your zigzag and make your scallop and make your curved with this guy. And then of course you have the bunny as well. So you don't have to fussy cut. You can just easily stamp and die cut. Okie dokie. So let's put these aside, which by the way, I don't think she's here. Someone on Instagram asked me, did I tuck? I did not hide the ends of my ribbon. I know you see them. Oops. Now, this is the card we're making. Bonus for those of you that are here on YouTube, because I'm going to make a cute little tablescape place card name basket. I don't know what it's called. You can customize it. I use the Alpha Best stamp set. I'm not going to customize it right now, but why do I feel maybe not? I think I'm like, why do I look blurry? But I think it's because I don't have my glasses on. So this is super, super easy. Okay. I tried making, where's the catalog? Guys, I did. A for effort. I really did try. Epic fail. And after I had already wasted, I don't know how much paper, I was like, I'm done trying. If one of you figures out how to do it, tell me. Where is it? Page 27. Okay, so see the catalog here? See this guy? It's like a 3D like egg box. Like there's a lid and it has a bottom. And I even followed a German demonstrator giving instructions in German, or maybe it's in Dutch. I don't know what language. It wasn't in English. And I really did try. An epic fail. I could not figure it out. And when I was so frustrated, I was like, the heck with it. I'm going to go with a simple box because this is what I know how to do. And I'm not going to feel frustrated. So, so yeah, so we have a really simple box is what we're going to do. Oh, okay. Okay, it looks a little blurry to me, but I really think it's my eyes. My eyes woke up this morning really tired, and I've been staying up way too late with the kids. They have this week off, and I'm paying for it with my eyesight, apparently. Okay, so let's start. Okay, go. I have to remember my camera's on this side. It's usually here. Okay, so my card base is fresh freesia. I am not a fan of purple. I really dislike yellow. Second would be purple, but I really love fresh freesia. If I have to pick a purple, I'm going fresh freesia. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Of course, I didn't take my bone folder out. There we go. Okay, I got a little, there we go. Easy fix. Now we're going to emboss a piece of vellum. The vellum is 4 by 5 1/4. And I love embossing vellum because it picks up the detail and highlights it, accentuates it, shows it off. I feel like more than just embossing regular cardstock. And the thing about vellum is sometimes I want like a little detail, but I don't want to like add another color, and I don't want just a white background. I want just like a hint, and that's when I go to vellum. What's my favorite color? Okay, so like me personally, probably my favorite color is blue. My favorite color to stamp with and to use is probably pink. Pink and blue. Not a huge fan of purple either. Yeah, it's just not my favorite. So I love blue. And I love when I'm creating like paper crafting, I love blue and pink. Those are probably the ones I always am grabbing. Now, the embossing folders that we're going to be, oh dear, where did I put them? Here they are. Okay, are brand new, brand spanking new, hot off the press. They're the fun, oh, camera's here, fun patterns embossing folders. They are the smaller ones. Okay, here, can you see? So many glares. There's the one, and then that's the one we're going to use today. These are brand new. They will be available starting March 5th with the new round of online exclusives. Okay, so new online exclusives are coming March 5th. These are included. They're just amazing. I love them because they're everyday patterns. They're not like occasion or like specific, if that makes sense. You could use these pretty much for everything, pretty much. But they're on the smaller side. So this is what we're going to do. When I put it through my, I don't know what is going on. My nose is running, my coughing. My body's like, ooh, she's doing a live. Let's make it hard for her. Okay, we can do this. So I'm going to line up my vellum along the top line, about 3/4 or so in. Okay, you need to make it so it's not too wide. Like I don't want to go way far out and then it doesn't fit through my machine. So it needs to be about 3/4 of the way in. And then you're going to close it up and do a sandwich and run it through your machine. Okay. Now, oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gracious, that is gorgeous. I think I did use the positive. I think I might use the negative. The negative is really, oh, camera's here, Jamie. Really just, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Okay, now what we're going to do is do a little, I got to figure out which way did I put it in. I put it in, not like that. Had to have been like, oh my goodness, how did I put this in the folder? That's the negative, so it's got to fit. Okay. I'm going to line it up with what was already embossed. Oh, this is where I wish I had my glasses. Note to self, Jamie, from now on, you need to wear your glasses, but I need to go over more. Okay, there we go. So if you just play with your embossing, what was embossed, it will eventually kind of fit in, like the embossing folder grooves will fit into what was already embossed. Okay, so this is the positive, it's sticking out, and I'm going to fit it over my embossing folder until it kind of fits in the grooves. So I can't move that. I don't know, you can't tell that, but you're gonna have to trust me. So it's lined up and in the grooves. And once it's lined up in the grooves, it's easier to do with me holding it this way. This is when you need a third hand. I'm going to use my body. Close up your embossing folder again. Did it shift? I think it shifted. Hold on. Yeah, it did shift. Now, when I did this, my sample, and I ran it through, it's a hairline off, but no one can tell. So it's all lined up. Well, it was until I moved. Hold on. Why is that? Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. Right? I guess it's a, hold on. It's a little off. I don't know. Oh my gosh. That was almost a big mistake. I'm like, why isn't this working? See, my things are down and my things are up. That's not going to work, Jamie. I'm like, why is this not lining up right? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try this again. Make sure your little swoopies are lined up correct. There we go. Okay, now we're cooking with steam. That was almost an epic fail and a moment of what not to do. Okay, but I caught it. I'm like, that is not lining up. Why isn't that lining up? Because I didn't put it in right. So just make sure, like, my things are swooping down and the embossing folder is swooping down. Again, my camera's here, Jamie. Camera here. I can't get it right today. Okay, here we go. We're good. We're cooking with steam. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Okay, that was almost like really bad. Like really, really bad. It will warp your vellum a little bit, but I actually like a warped vellum. I like it when it's a little curvy, a little on like the 3D. We both need glasses today. Oh my gosh. Or I just need to like put up the white flag and be like, I give up. Tomorrow's a new day. Okay, so here we have it. Now, when you're adhering your vellum down, the adhesive is gonna show through. Okay, it just will. So what I like to do is strategically place my adhesive behind something. So in this case, I'm gonna kind of put it along the belly of my card to, it's gonna be hidden behind the eggs. Oh, you just never know what you're going to get. So the negative, see, I went with the positive. I really do like the positive, but then I also like the negative. I feel like we should go with the negative because in my sample, I went with the positive. And that's how I'm going to decide. So I'm going to guesstimate that my eggs are going to be there. I think I went a little too low, but we will make this work. Whoops. Oh, and I ripped my vellum with my big chunky hands. Jamie Babarsi. Well, whoever is getting this card is going to have a little tear in their vellum. And again, if you read my email yesterday, I'm still going to send the card. And actually, I have the video to prove exactly how I did it. So that's fun. Okay, let's move on. That vellum needs a timeout. So we're going to stamp the big egg in Memento. And actually, I need to do this twice. I didn't get out another one, but I need another one. That's my table. I'm sorry. I have a custom-made desk table, and it's creaky. It makes noises. It talks to me. Okay, I need two. I need one for my box and one for my card. So I did not think that one through. So let's do it again. Now, the way I colored it in, I really wanted a lot of white. Tear it on the top, and it will look like you meant to do it. It was totally intentional, guys. I didn't just absolutely do a complete oops because I was talking with my hands because I'm Italian and it's what we do. Okay, here we go. So for my basket, I just colored it in. I colored it in all around the bunnies, and then I just outlined the bunnies with the dark. So I shaded it all with the light and then went around the bunnies with the dark because I just wanted quick, easy. I wasn't looking for like a really in-depth detail. for my sample card, I kept things pretty white and then I just highlighted a few things. So I'm going to use the dark petal pink because the light doesn't really show up. And all I did is kind of like went on the ears and around the bottom. And then the ears around his bottom, maybe his arms and his chest a little bit. Like I'm adding such little color. Boop, boop. And then because I'm doing this differently, I'm going to do the tablescape box in the same way. So his bottom, I'm not going to color it all in. I don't know. I feel like doing it differently. So I'll give you door number 1 and door number 2, and you can pick which one you like better. The little flowers, and they are pretty little. Okay, just making sure I have fresh freesia. Are fresh freesia. That's always such a tongue twister for me. Does anybody else have a hard time saying that word? Fresh freesia. There's some little flowers here. They are really little. Literally dots color them in. Did I get them all? Okay. And I'm using the light fresh freesia for these. Anybody else do that? It's such a bad habit. Someone commented on it once. I was doing a live and they're like, you always make noises. And I'm like, I do. Do. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Did I get them all? I think so. And then soft seafoam. I will say when you're doing Easter, I felt like I needed to do pastels. So that's literally what I just kept with a theme of pastels. Now, you're going to see I'm literally throwing this color on because there's like kind of scribbles. It's a little scribbly. And so there's no sense in really, well, in my opinion, there was no sense in trying to color this like real grass because it's like scribbles. So I'm going to color it in scribbling. Okay. I didn't color in the rocks. Honestly, I could have brought in the pool party because I'm using that color. Or I could have brought in a gray, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to keep it kind of minimal. It's kind of my jam anyways. Are we good? That was the light soft seafoam. And then I'm going to come in with the dark and just my brush tip dark is dying. It needs to be put out of its misery. I need to buy a new one. So we'll come with the fine tip. So just like adding a little bit extra, what's the word? Contour? No. Shadow? Probably. I don't know. I'm not overthinking that. Okay. So eggs are done. I need to cut those out. Give me a second. I gotta do a swapperoo. Okay. So I'm gonna cut those out with, get out of the way, the medium egg. And at the same time, I'm going to use this doodad guy. He's super cool. Helps if I show you the fun side. And I'm going to cut him out of fresh freesia, pool party, and seafoam. Okay? So I'm going to do that off camera. Give me a second. Now, I will say, you may... Hold on, I'm going to tell you when I'm all done. Again, kind of do as I say, not as I do kind of thing, because I did mess up when I was making my sample. Don't do that. Okay. Egg number 2. Garbage. And this one is stuck. Oh, he popped out. Never mind. I was going to pop him out, but he's good. Okay, one more in pool party. Okay, so all the little pieces. Come on out. And then they got left behind. No man left behind. Okay, so this is what we left. What you're going to want to take out the little bits, but don't throw them away. We're going to use them. Okay. Now, for my sample card, I didn't do the inside of my card. Well, I just have a plain white. Keep forgetting my camera's to my right. Okay. But I figured I'm going to end up with an extra egg. And so what I'll do is I'll put 2 on the front, and then the pool party one I'll put on the inside. Now, I'm going to really use this super duper fancy way of putting the eggs together. It's called Scotch tape. If you don't have Scotch tape on hand, first of all, why? And second of all, you can always use like tear and tape, or even masking tape, or you could use dimensionals to keep them together. But I'm a very practical person, and so I'm just going to use Scotch tape. Honest to goodness, because I think it works. So I'm going to use little itty bitty pieces and put this back together and kind of mix and match the colors. Now, I am eventually going to put this all down with dimensionals. So I technically could just put dimensionals to hold them together, but I didn't feel like fiddling with that. So I'm just going to go straight with Scotch tape. Very fancy, super high tech. I'm just a very practical person. So I'm just fitting them back in, kind of like doing a puzzle, and mix and matching the colors and holding it together with Scotch tape on the back. Super easy. And I'm hoping this works because I didn't do that third egg, and I'm really hoping, oh, that one was way too big. You literally just need like itty bitty pieces. This should work. Where's my doodah? This way. Oops. Nope, I'm good. I'm good. I thought maybe I had it backwards, but I didn't. We're good. Okay. Egg number 2. And then egg number 3. You could do any colors you wanted. Lemon Lolly would be great. I did use Lemon Lolly in other cards because it's a great kind of Easter yellow. This way, yes. But I love the pool party fresh freesia soft sea foam together. Like, oh, they're so cute. First of all, if I wasn't making this card, you could just do a card with the 3 eggs. Honestly, like, scratch this big, beautiful egg. Oh, here we go. And just do like a cluster of eggs, right? Maybe some ribbon. Oh, why am I always off camera? Maybe some ribbon, the happy Easter sentiment, and call it a day. If maybe you don't have Stampin' Blends, you don't really have a way of coloring, or I don't know, maybe you don't want to color. These are so stinking cute just on their own, like kind of mix and matching the colors. But we are going to do what I designed because I colored this egg. I'm not going to just not do it. So 1, 2, don't be silly like that. 3, 4. When in doubt, use way too many dimensionals. You will not regret it. I will say, can we just pause for a second though? You can barely see that adhesive underneath. The embossing masks it a lot. A piece of the rickrack behind them. Okay. I'm just going to use these 2. And this is what I did. I kind of like held them together and then laid them down together and then used my dimensionals. Why are my dimensionals being silly? To hold them together. Keep in mind that the fresh, seriously, dimensionals, the fresh freesia will overlap a little bit, so don't put it too far to the left or else you're going to have it overlapping funny. Ooh, I think my UPS man just came. Beautiful, gorgeous, love it. Where's my camera? My camera's over here. You know what? I didn't cut a piece for the inside. Hold on. Let me see if I have one already. What size is this? That's going to be too big. Let me cut it down. Oh, I forgot to cut an insert. My bad. 4 by 5 1/4 would be your insert. And we'll just attach the egg. I don't want to use dimensionals because that really would not fold nicely. But we're going to just tuck it in the right lower corner. And, oh, so stinking cute. Why didn't I do this? Oh, with the 3 eggs. Yeah. I gotcha. Okay. For my sentiment, I have a little tiny piece of basic white. It's not little tiny, but it's trim. I think it's like 7/8 by 2.5. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Lord willing, this will go on straight. Because, you know, it's not going to because I'm live. I'm not sure if I put this on straight on my block or not. Okay, we're about to find out. Oh, that's actually not that bad. We're going to keep it. It's a keeper. The end, I'm going to snip in a banner because I kind of have an obsession with banners. I don't know if you know that. Okay. Gorgeous. And then underneath it, we're going to wrap some pool party ribbon. And for this one, I actually tied a bow, and then I'll show you what I did. So I'm going to tie a bow, a really big loose bow, oversized, like way bigger than I need it to be. And then I'm gonna keep the knot loose. And the reason why I'm going to keep the knot loose is so it doesn't protrude too far off. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to have to trim it more. If I were to tie this like super tight, it would be a big chunky knot in the middle. So that when I put it down, I'm going to make it smaller. So that when I put it down, it would really like protrude off the card and I'd be stuck with like this big chunky, beautiful ribbon, right? I'm just playing with how big I want the bows to be. Okay, but this is pretty flat. I mean, it's not super taut. And that's what I want. And then what I also like to do, although this is pretty flat, but if it is a little on the chunky side, I just take a block and I squish it. And it really flattens it out all the more because I want it not super that. Whatever that is, I don't want it like that. I want it like this. I'm Italian, I talk with my hands. And then you can kind of play with it. I want it at an angle, but I want that also at an angle. Come on, cooperate. Don't be silly. Like that-ish. Ooh, that's a nice bow. It's still a little on the big side, but hey. Better too big than too small. Let's trim it down, though. Come here. Ooh, that one's really angled. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Now, let's just test it because sometimes I think we can get away with just one dimensional. And that's partly why I make it not too chunky, is that I want to just have to put one dimensional. If your knot is way thick and you're going to have like a bump where the knot is, just double up your dimensionals. Okay. Oh, gorgeous. I love when it works the way it's supposed to work. So one dimensional worked. It's not that elevated in the middle, ever so slightly, but I'm going to curve my tails a little bit just with the heat of my fingers. And maybe these two, just with the heat of my fingers. So it kind of gives a little bit. Why are you being silly? Are you supposed to be like that? Or are you supposed to? No, I think you're supposed to be like that. It almost looked like it was twisted. Are we good? We're good. I'm going to stop fiddling with it. But it's super cute. I love the mix of the die cut eggs with the stamped eggs. Okay, let's do our box. So my starting Oh, by the way, let me just show you. There's that. And then ta-da, super cute little egg on the inside. Okay, so my box is starting off 4.5 by 4.5. And we're going to score it on all 4 sides at 1.25. Again, this is not an earth-shattering box. This is very practical and simple, quick and easy. You can do this. If I can do it, you definitely can do it. Okay, my sample, I did use Lemon Lolly. And I do like it. But we're going to go with kind of we're going to stick with the theme. Because I'm imagining my tablescape is something like this. Like my card and then the little basket. That's how I envision this. So I kind of want them a little matchy-matchy. If you wanted them more contrasting, maybe do the box in the soft sea foam or even pool party, or switch out your colors, or just do it completely different. That works as well. So I'm going to burnish on all 4 sides. And then we're going to cut up into our box here at an angle, straight up here, and then at an angle. So it's straight and then angle, and then this one's going to be angled. Same thing, straight, but this one's angled, and this one's angled. Listen, I do not do anything complicated. These are my go-to boxes. Flip it around. You're going to do the opposite. You're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So straight up to the first score line, and then notch it, angle it on from that, and then notch it on that side. And same thing, you're going to come straight up, and then notch, and then notch. All right, that's your box. So ridiculously easy. Okay, so you can just see how it comes together. Ta-da! So we're going to take liquid glue. Good morning from Winnipeg, Canada. I almost said California. I'm like, that's not right. Come on, glue. You can do it. I have faith. And then you're going to just close it up and give it a second. Hold it for just a second. The glue dries pretty quickly, so it doesn't take a whole lot of time. You just kind of need it to set. It won't be completely dry, but you just need it to kind of, whatever that is. And then you're going to do the same on this side. One corner. And then the other corner. And guys, that's your box. Now, because it's an Easter basket, okay, right? Like everybody is with me, right? We're calling it not a box. We're calling it an Easter basket, right? Everybody say, right, Jamie. Come on, you got to agree so I don't feel like I'm going crazy. Your egg is going to go on 1. So where'd my glue go? A little bit of glue for your, oh my gosh, I love it in the fresh freesia. What was I thinking? Me doing a whole basket in yellow. I had to have known I wouldn't like it. I mean, I like it. I just like this one more. And then for the little basket handle, and then I have some little extra details. These are from the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. I have 3 of these to go, and I just give a little bit of detail around the edge. I don't think you need them, but they are cute. They are 1 by 1 3/4 each of them. So there's 3 of them. I know, right, Terry? Who even am I? I should have known. I wouldn't prefer the yellow. And I like that it has a little scallop. Like it has an Easter feel to me. These little details. 1, 2. If you're putting them on, just make sure the scallop is going the same way on all of them. 3. Oh, you know what? This one was not supposed to be a designer series paper. That's going to be the person's name. Rip it off, Jamie. Come on. There we go. So that one, I'm not going to do yet because I'm going to use the alphabet and stamp someone's name on it. Okay. So this one here is the designer paper is 3/4, right? Hold on. Oh no, excuse me, it's a half. It's a half by 6. And then the fresh freesia is 5/8 by 6. So just 1/8 bigger. This is going to be our basket handle, right? Everybody's with me. It's not a box, it's a basket. And then, so it's pretty straight. Just take your bone folder and give it a little bit of a curve. It'll curve if you just, I don't want to be too drastic, but I wanted to give it a nice bend so it works with me and not against me. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this end and a little bit of glue on that end. And I'm just going to stick it in. Not all the way down. Maybe about halfway down or so. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Now, if we had grass, if I was really on top of the ball and I had bought grass, I would have filled it with grass and put some jelly beans or some chocolate eggs, Cadbury eggs. Oh my gosh, they're my favorite Easter time. They're my favorite Easter chocolate. So I would fill those and I would put the person's name on the back, like I did with Jamie. And then at everybody's station, I would put their card and their matching little Easter bit. Like, how stinking adorable. You can't really see, but it looks something like this. So stinking cute. Oh, Kinder eggs. Oh, yeah. Those are good too. So stinking cute. Now, if you don't want to do them together, this is a great Easter card to mail someone. And this is still a great kind of tablescape. This is a great coworker gift. This is a great neighbor gift. This is a great postman gift, right? I love to give my mailman a little token because he's always mailing lots and lots of things for me. And so I like to give him a little token. Like, this is just like a little thing to say thank you. So if you're not into the tablescape, you can still fill it and give it to a coworker or a neighbor or a barista or whomever. Like, it's super cute. So there you have it. You can make that Easter card. We can make this. No, let's not show the yellow one. This Easter card. You can do a spring card, or you can do a just all occasion everyday card. You can make a cute little tablescape thing, like really, really adorable. So, excellent eggs. The bundle, you save the 10% with the bundle. If you don't already have it, I would highly suggest you snagging it real soon because my goodness, spring and Easter are literally around the corner, and it's a great time to start stamping your cards if you haven't already yet dove in to do so. So there you have it. If you need to shop, if you have questions, if you want to get the starter kit, there is my link, jamieb.com. It's literally my catch-all link. You can do everything from that link for the most part. You can ask me questions, you can shop, you can join, you can follow me on all my social media links. So jamieb.com, check it out. Be sure to get the excellent eggs in time for your spring and Easter cards and projects and handmade amazingness. And that wraps up this week's live tutorial here on Instagram or on YouTube, excuse me. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I will be back next week, same time, same place, and I hope to see you then. Happy stamping, everyone. Bye-bye.